everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so this video is going to be a very short one, and the reason being is because I don't think there's much love out there for this movie. But you know what? I was pleasantly surprised by it, and I felt it was only right to stop by, share my thoughts on it. Not only that, but I want to be able to showcase this beautiful release that you get for it. So yes, the movie is The Strangers. As you see, it is chapter 1, so this is a planned trilogy. I think they're shooting each movie back to back. So it goes without saying, when you watch this, when it ends, it comes up as to be continued. I'm not saying that it ends on a cliffhanger, but it does end to be continued. So looking forward to seeing the other installments. Now, it is a bit risky doing that nowadays, because if the first movie flops, chances are you're not going to get the sequels, but thankfully it did decently in the box office, enough so that it will warrant the second one. So very curious to see where they're going to take it. So this is directed by Renny Harlin, and it was great to see Renny Harlin back in the director's chair. He has directed some great movies over the years, the likes of Die Hard 2, Deep Blue Sea, Cliffhanger, just to name a few. So yes, it was great to hear that his name was attached to this project. Now, I'm not going to say that this is one of his better efforts, far from it. But like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by it. Now, if you're not particularly aware of The Strangers, it is based on a true story. It's also a remake of the Liv Tyler movie, which I still think is the better one by a mile. But like I said, I did get enjoyment from this. Now, it's not a page-for-page remake, but like I said, it is based on a true story, so there's only so much they can do with it. But there is differences there. Now, if you're not aware of the movie, it's basically this couple, their car breaks down, they're forced to stay in this cabin, and all of a sudden they're being harassed by these three people. One man, two women, all of them are masked. And the whole movie is them trying to survive this onslaught that's coming their way from these three people. So like I said, it is a to-be-continued kind of story. That's the one thing about myself. When I went into this, I said to myself, you know what? Even though it does feel very similar, and it almost seemed like a pointless remake, it is 1/3 of a story. And we haven't seen the full picture, so I'm willing to cut it a break. But I have to say, the one thing I really did enjoy about it is the actual cast, the couple. There's something very likeable about them. And I think they put in a solid performance between the both of them. So that alone helped with my enjoyment of the movie. There is moments where, I'm not going to say jump scares, but there is some creepy moments in there. One scene in particular with them under the house itself. I'm not going to say anything more about it. But there is moments in there. But like I said, if you take the movie as a whole, it is one of the most pointless remakes you're ever likely to see. But like I said, it is a planned trilogy, so I am willing to cut it a break. So if you haven't seen it, I say give it a go. I'm not saying go out now and buy it. Maybe check it out on streaming, get it on DVD, something like that. And see for yourselves, and hopefully you'll get as much out of it as I did. Now, in terms of special features, it is by no means jam-packed. You get an audio commentary, you've also got the making of The Strangers, and the visuals of The Strangers. Now, I don't know what the running times are on them, but something's telling me they're going to be very short. Now, in terms of the 4K transfer, we never actually got a 4K release of this over here. Well, I don't think we did. I think it was only a Blu-ray. So I had to get this from the States, and thank God I did, because this movie looks absolutely astonishing on 4K. It looks how you expect a movie like this to look. It is modern, and it looks unbelievably sharp. There is just so much fine detail to marvel at here, whether it's interiors, exteriors of buildings, you know, clothing and texture, facial details, all top notch. You've also got the Dolby Vision HDR colours, just adds a certain stability to those colours. Everything just looks very natural. And then of course, you've also got that increased shadow detail, which is very important, along with those deep blacks, which look astonishing, particularly for a movie like this, because it is incredibly dark and it does add so much depth to the picture. It is hands down the best this movie could possibly look. I can't imagine it looking any better. It really is top notch. Not only that, but you also get a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, and it is quite active at times, particularly when they go outside. You hear the rustling and bustling of trees, all that kind of stuff. It does play with you quite a bit. I'm always saying that on my channel. Horror and Dolby Atmos go hand in hand. This one is no different. There's a nice level of bass as well. Even when you hear the knocking on the door, there's a nice thump to that as well, and it will surprise you. So all in all, folks, it's a stunning 4K presentation with an amazing Dolby Atmos soundtrack, I think you're going to have few complaints with it. Right, so I'm going to take you around this Steelbook edition, which I forgot to mention. It is a Steelbook release, and I think you're going to really like this one. So yeah, here we go. Right, so here we go. The Strangers Chapter 1. So I'm going to just say right at the start, the artwork is somewhat simple on this release. It's basically representing the front door. You've got the peephole there as well with the 3 characters and the title itself. Very, very simple, but I don't know, I like it. It works very, very well. Now, the one thing that would have made this look a little better is if the peephole had a bit of spot glossing to it. I think it would have stood out a little bit more. But like I said, it is the front door, and every front door can be opened. And as you can see, you can open this up, and you'll see the peephole is on the left-hand side, and then on the right, you've got the window, and as you can see, it's actually showing you the Steelbook. But I will be taking the Steelbook up now in a second and giving you a proper look at it. But yes, very, very creative. So let me close that back up. I'm going to show you then the spine of it. And it's the exact same on the opposite spine. And then right around to the back. Now this is not a J card. It's part of the box. So you'll see you've got a write-up of the movie. You've got the special features in the middle. The credits at the bottom. And all your technical information as well. And just bear in mind, folks, the Blu-ray in this release is Region A locked. Right, so that is the main box. There's nothing on the bottom of it. Don't think there's anything on the top. So it basically opens from the top here. Gives you access to the Steelbook. And let's open it up. And I'll tell you what a Steelbook this actually is. So as you can see, it's very, very eerie. You've got the 3 characters. You've noticed the woods behind them as well. It kind of has this kind of foggy look to it. Very, very creepy. Not only that, but the Steelbook does have a nice high gloss finish on it as well. I do like the way that they didn't put the title of the movie onto it either. Yeah, it's a beautiful Steelbook. No complaints. So that's the main artwork. I'll take us to the spine of this one. And right around to the back, and I tell you, I love the back artwork. Look at this. Again, very, very eerie. You've got the truck, and the light's just beaming out of it. And then, of course, you've got the woods, all that mist surrounding it as well. And just like the main artwork, nice high gloss finish on this. So there's none of that kind of, debossing or embossing, anything like that going on. But take nothing away from it. It's a stunner. So I will open it up in full and give you a look at it. So there you have it. It's no wonder that Lionsgate are the leading company when it comes to Steelbooks. Every single one of their releases look absolutely amazing. So inside we go, and you've got the Blu-ray disc, I think, on the left-hand side, 4K disc on the right. Let me just remove the disc for you so I can show you what's behind it. But you will notice that the discs actually do have different disc art, which is always nice to see. And that's the inside of the Steelbook. You've got a couple of hellos, a couple of faces there as well. So there you have it, folks. That's just a quick look at this fantastic release of The Strangers Chapter 1. Right, folks, so there you have it. That is my 4K Steelbook edition of The Strangers, and great to finally have that in my collection. Now, like I said, I know this is not for everybody's taste, but like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by it. We haven't seen the full story. It is only 1/3. Very curious to see where they're going to take it. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention right at the start of the video as well, there is an end credit scene. And I'm not going to lie, it was absolutely horrible. Myself and Ellen looked at each other and we were like, why the hell would they put that in there? Kind of ruined it a little bit for me. So if you are checking this out, just keep an eye out for that end credit scene. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on this movie. Very curious to hear what you think. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.